Ugh, ads are such poop. Subscribe to Acast Plus now to skip ads and more for just $1 a month. Click the link in our show notes to learn how. And hey, we're on Patreon too. Your support helps cover the cost of running a podcast. For $2 a month, you can get early access to all our episodes ad-free, plus bonus episodes exclusive to Patreon subscribers only. Visit patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse to sign up now.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
When we feel better, we do better. That simple message is what Feel Better with Tara Stiles is all about. We share informative, inspiring, and healing conversations with respected leaders whose work embodies the action of making our world a better place. We also share simple practices based in meditation, Tai Chi, and gentle yoga that are a relief to breathe along with, whether you have time to stretch out on the ground or you're busy getting ready for your day. Settle in and enjoy learning something new that will surely support your well-being, inspire your creativity, and help you feel a whole lot better.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.
Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys?
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband!
Wife!
Do you know what the hell we're doing?
It's not Saturday.
But we did just finish a book of the Bible.
We did. We finished a book of the Bible.
So
what are we doing today?
We are doing Q&A, but not on Saturday.
There we go.
For the last two chapters
of
Second Chronicles.
We're throwing off our rhythm here a little bit.
Well,
a little bit.
Okay, here's what I was going to do. I was going to do those 2 chapters and then throw them in with a, total the end of Second Chronicles wrap up.
Right.
Like I normally do a wrap up at the end of every book.
Sure.
But I found some neat stuff that just warranted its own.
We got a standalone episode.
Yeah, I did a rabbit hole. So I found enough just on those 2 chapters.
Okay.
For its own Q&A.
Well, that's great.
And so I'll have to do a Second Chronicles wrap up the next day.
Yay! More work.
Yeah, for me. It's my research.
It's true. I just do all the social media.
Oh, and the recording, editing, posting
and all
stuff.
That stuff. Yeah.
I don't know all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah. That's not work. Just kidding.
Okay. Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
On an average week, who do you think spends more doing stuff? Okay.
You.
Yeah.
I bow to your superior, all the things.
I'm just curious you do a lot of research. Mm-hmm. You do.
But you do all the technical stuff. So. Yeah. I don't think either one of us could do it without the other.
Definitely not.
Because I could not do your part, and I know you would not do my part.
I would not. You're right. Yeah.
We make a good team.
Yeah, definitely.
This is a long-ass intro. Let's go.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, so here are the rabbit holes I went down. Okay?
Yep.
Who the fuck is Nico, and why does he matter? What is a talent?
Okay.
And who the fuck is, what's his name? Shit. Cyrus. Okay. The Persian.
All right.
Okay?
Got it.
So those are the 3 rabbit holes that I went down.
Got it.
So Nico, I don't know if you recall, but he's the guy that was like, "Da fuck," when Josiah came along and was like, "I'm gonna war you." And then, so Josiah got shot.
Got it.
Do you recall that?
Yes.
Okay. So this story is actually from history We got it from the Greek historian Herodotus, which is where we get a lot of our
Biblical history.
early history from.
Got it, yeah.
This guy.
Sure.
So everything I'm saying comes from him. Okay.
All right.
So upon his ascension, Nico was faced with the chaos created by the raids of the Cimmerians and the Scythians, who had not only ravaged Asia west of the Euphrates, but had also helped the Babylonians shatter the Assyrian Empire. Okay, so Nico comes to the throne in Egypt, and he's got a big mess because Babylon is all up his ass.
Got it.
Okay?
Got it, yeah.
A threat developed in Mesopotamia where the Assyrian Empire was falling to the Babylonians.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
So he got together with the Syrians and did a campaign in 608 BCE to assist the battered Assyrian armies.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Now, at this time, Josiah, king of Judah, for no reason at all in this particular case, was an ally of the Babylonians.
Okay.
Okay? He sided with the Babylonians and attempted to block Nico.
Okay. Okay.
The reason that Josiah decided to attempt the Egyptian campaign is not known.
Got it.
And he shouldn't have. There's no reason he should have been helping the Babylonians.
Got it.
Other than that, maybe he's like, but you're Egypt, though.
Right.
But
or maybe if I help these guys, maybe they'll leave me the fuck alone.
I couldn't tell you. It's just, I feel like the devil you know would have been better than the devil you don't know. Like,
right.
They've worked with Egypt before.
Sure.
You know? So it just, I don't know. It's really weird.
Right.
Why? But it's literally not known why he did that. Okay?
Yeah.
So Nico had not intended to do battle with the Judeans, and he was really confused by Josiah's decision to attack them.
Right.
So, like I said, he's
"What the
like,
fuck,
the
man?"
fuck? Yeah, so he sent a letter to him, which included the passage, "What have we done to each other, King of Judah? I'm not coming against you this day." And that was actually, we read about that in 2 Kings as well as 2 Chronicles.
That's right.
Okay. So Josiah was slain in battle at Megiddo, which we know.
Right.
And then Nico replaced Josiah's chosen successor with his own nominee and imposed tribute on Judah, which, I mean, that's what they
you
get.
win, you deal with what you did,
You shouldn't have gone against him.
Right.
Even at that, he didn't, he took tribute, but he didn't, come in and, conquer and...
Yeah, he wasn't seeking you out,
enslave them and kill them and loot them, right?
He's just like, you're going to have this guy in charge and you're going to pay me because otherwise...
because I let you live.
Right. So,
and y'all shouldn't have come against me, assholes.
I mean, it sounds fair to me.
Yeah,
Ish.
honestly, ish, right? So that was 608 BC. So now in 606 BCE, the Egyptians routed the Babylonians, but at the Great Battle of Karshemish, which is a Syrian city in the middle Euphrates River.
Okay.
In 605 BCE, the Babylonian crown prince Nebuchadrezzar defeated Nico's troops.
Nebuchadrezzar, huh?
Nebuchadrezzar.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
Very similar to Nebuchadnezzar. Yeah. Right. So Nebuchadrezzar defeated Nico's troops and forced their withdrawal from Syria and Palestine. Okay.
Yep.
So you following this?
I'm following it mostly, yeah.
Okay. So Egypt itself was threatened in 601 BCE.
Oh, they were threatened.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because, I mean, they're just fighting on every front.
Right.
And, as these different kingdoms that are huge, right? Yeah. I mean, they're massive.
The way they're describing it, they're coming in from Asia. So,
hordes.
Right.
Yeah. And they're all these giant kingdoms that take over everything in their path. And they're all going for, world domination.
Right.
You know, this is not let's live in peace. This is, no, I want you to die and I want the land that you're on.
Right.
So Egypt itself was threatened in 601 BC, but Nico repelled the enemy and continued to promote anti-Babylonian coalitions in Syria and Palestine.
Okay.
So he fought against them.
Right.
Forever.
Yeah.
So Nico undertook, this is interesting, he undertook a number of construction projects across his kingdom. He formed an Egyptian navy by recruiting displaced Ionian Greeks, which is totally unprecedented because most Egyptians traditionally harbored an inherent distaste for and fear of the sea. They
Got
were
it.
not a water-faring people. So the fact that he built a navy
Yeah.
is fucking amazing.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
That in itself is amazing. But guess what else he did?
What else?
He started to like I just can't even. He started to build a canal so that he could
Is
like
this the
a man-made canal.
okay?
So
Alright.
that he could like get to his trade route, but he had to give that up because he was getting attacked and everything.
Got it.
So, but still, like the fact that it even occurred to him
Right.
is just amazing.
He was big on infrastructure.
Yeah.
He's like, we gotta have the things so we can do the things.
But listen to this.
Okay.
This will knock your socks off. Nico sent an expedition to circumnavigate Africa.
Wow.
Right?
Damn.
And they made it.
What?
They made it.
No fucking
His
way.
navigators apparently accomplished the feat, for they reported that after a certain point in their voyage, the sun lay to their right, which is to say northward, as they sailed around southern Africa.
No shit.
Yes.
But what? Wait. I thought this was like there's Cape Horn down there at the bottom of Africa, right?
Mhm.
Which I thought that was like an English. I don't know exactly, so don't. I'm like my history's a little rusty on this, but like it seemed like it was a more modern sailor that it got named after for having
Yes.
done that trip, quote unquote, the first time.
Yes. The first time in the
Modern
quote
era.
unquote modern era
Sure.
settled world as
No. I got it. But
Right.
that's why that's amazing. I'm
that's
like,
why it's
this
amazing.
This is pre-Christ, for God's sakes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Somebody
some-
already fucking did that. And you know who did? The fucking Egyptians.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Okay.
That's
you
worth a
understand-
fucking story right there, just in and of
Right?
itself.
I
right?
know. I was like blown away. I was like, oh yeah, by the way, this is not a wrap up.
Mm.
This is a fucking Q&A because I'm in love with Nico. All right. Take a breath.
Yep,
Take a
yep,
beat.
okay.
Calm it down. So what the fuck is a talent? Remember?
Right.
They were like, he gave him a talent of gold.
Right.
Right?
So, yeah, what is a talent?
Okay, a talent is an ancient unit of mass. It corresponds generally to the mass of water in the volume of an amphora. What the fuck is an amphora? Yeah, rabbit hole, right?
Yep.
An amphora was the unit of measurement of volume in the Greco-Roman era.
Ah.
The term amphora comes from ancient Greece, where people used a tall jar-looking container with two opposed handles near the top.
Okay.
You can picture it, right?
Yeah,
the
sure.
like big at the bottom and skinny at the top, and the two
Right.
handles on the side.
Right.
They were mostly ceramic, and the amphora literally means two-handled.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So a talent is about an amphora. Okay?
Okay.
If you're talking in mass. Okay?
Sure.
Now, the Babylonians and Sumerians had a system in which there were 60 shekels in a mina. What's a mina?
Fuck.
It's roughly equivalent to about a pound.
Okay.
And so there are about 60 minas in a talent. So about 60 pounds in a talent.
Okay.
Okay?
Sure.
So there's that measure.
Got
Okay.
it. Yeah.
One more. Okay? When used as a measure of money, a talent refers to a talent weight of gold or of silver.
Oh.
And the gold talent is reported as weighing roughly the same as a small person. So likely about
So the
110 pounds.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
So a talent is somewhere between 60 and 110 pounds.
Got it.
Okay?
But if you're measuring gold or silver back then, that's a fuck ton.
Yeah, that was a fuck ton. And so when he said he gave a talent of gold and then like 100 talents of silver,
Right.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Yeah,
Right.
that's a lot today. So that would definitely have been a lot back then.
Right. Right.
Okay, next section.
Mhm.
Let's talk about Cyrus, king of Persia.
Okay.
Okay, do you remember who he is?
Only vaguely.
It was right at the end. The guys had been the
this was the
Israelites.
bit that they added on that we had
Yeah.
never, that wasn't in the King's version.
Yeah,
Or
the
whatever.
Israelites had been taken over by Babylon. Babylon was like, we own you now, get over here.
Right.
And they enslaved them over there. And then 70 years passed.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, Cyrus, king of Persia, came and set them free.
Right.
And we were
Which
like,
was not what happened the last time. I know that's not
this
what
was
happened.
just like a little paragraph at the end of Second Chronicles.
Right.
And I was like, What's a Cyrus king of Persia?
I almost distinctly remember that, like, wasn't there... I thought there was a specific... Okay, and I might be misremembering this too, but I thought in 2 Kings that there was somebody that... There was a king that got left over, and then that he got let go. Or maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. I don't know.
But
anyway, maybe not. I don't know. But that was weird. It was definitely new.
It was just a small little paragraph.
Right.
So I looked this guy up, and he's pretty cool. Okay. He's commonly known as Cyrus the Great, or the Greeks know him as Cyrus the Elder. Okay. Have you heard of him?
I have not.
Oh, well, you made a noise like you had, so I was like, oh, you know him? So he is the founder of the first Persian Empire.
Okay.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
Right? The empire created by Cyrus was the largest the world had yet seen. So as he's letting the Egyptians go free of Babylon,
right,
his empire is like huge.
Got it.
So Babylon's like, okay. So he was well known for having respected the customs and religions of the lands he conquered.
That's probably really smart.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, there's a lot of talk. I mean,
that's
basically
what the Romans did mostly.
Well, it's what a lot of people that take over a country do, because you can't, like, if you try to change them,
you can't.
You're just asking for more trouble.
Right. If you just let them keep... I mean, it's basically what the United States is a bunch of people that each state is its own little country, and they get to kind of be themselves in their own little place as long as they, like, adhere to the larger
right
federal government.
Yeah,
sure. So Xenophon of Athens, which was probably 355 or 354 BCE.
Okay.
He was a Greek military leader, philosopher, and historian, okay?
Okay.
And this is what he had to say about Cyrus. And those who were subject to him he treated with esteem and regard, as if they were his own children, while his subjects themselves respected Cyrus as their, quote, father. What other man but Cyrus, after having overturned an empire, ever died with the title of the Father from the people whom he had brought under his power?
Wow.
For it is plain that this is a name for one that bestows rather than for one that takes away.
Yeah. No,
so
that's great.
I thought that was like a great little summary of him.
That's a great way to describe somebody.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
It really captures, a thought of what that person was. So
interesting enough, the Babylonians regarded him as the liberator.
Oh, okay.
So I find it interesting
they were like anxious for him to come in, huh?
Apparently, like the Babylonians enslave the Israelites, and then Persian King Cyrus comes in and he's like, I'm going to take over from here. And the Babylonians are like, oh man, that is so cool. Well, I'm really glad.
Let's rephrase this. Like, the Babylonian king used his troops and his power to enslave and take over the Israelites,
okay, I see
right?
what you're saying. Yeah.
It's not necessarily the people. This guy was more of a people person.
So the people called him that. Okay.
Right. And
not the leaders necessarily.
He was a leader who respected people's beliefs and traditions, right? So he probably came in respecting their beliefs and traditions more so than even their current king.
True.
Would be my guess.
So the people would refer to him that way. I was just thinking of, I tend to think of it like as from the leader's perspective. But
sure.
No, you're right. The people would have been glad to see him.
Right.
Okay, we're just getting started here with this guy.
Damn.
Okay. The Edict of Restoration, which is like this huge seal that was kept in a cylinder.
Okay.
So the Edict of Restoration, in which Cyrus authorized and encouraged the return of the Israelites to the land of Israel following his conquest of the Babylonian Empire, is described in the Bible and likewise left a lasting legacy on the Jewish religion due to his role in ending the Babylonian captivity and facilitating the Jewish return to Zion.
Interesting. Okay? So it's like their first return to their homeland, basically. Mm-hmm. Like that's actually big because it sets a precedent of, if you take the Moses story as a real story and then this, they've now gone and found and made home Israel twice now.
Yeah.
And both with a mandate
Yes.
of types.
Yes.
So that's very interesting.
Yes.
And has some relevance even today with regard to the state of Israel.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Like, no wonder they're like, no, this is ours.
Right.
Like, I can see that.
Yeah.
From that perspective.
Right.
So we haven't read this yet, but according to Isaiah chapter 45,
Okay.
God anointed Cyrus for this task, even referring to him as a Messiah or anointed one.
Okay.
And Cyrus is the only non-Jewish figure in the Bible to be revered in this capacity.
Interesting.
Right?
Right.
Cyrus is also recognized for his achievements in human rights, politics, and military strategy, as well as his influence on both Eastern and Western cultures.
This guy sounds like a really intriguing guy.
Yeah, I want to know more about him. Like, I want a documentary stat.
Like, maybe if you had the chance to go back in history and meet one person, he might be on that list.
He might be the guy, because listen to this. Cyrus has played a crucial role in defining the national identity of modern Iran.
Huh.
Remaining a cult figure amongst modern Iranians.
Wow.
With his tomb serving as a spot of reverence for millions of people.
Wow.
I just got goosebumps.
Even though, like, they even know where his tomb. Like,
right?
This is a guy from pre
300 some odd BC,
and they know where his fucking tomb is.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Right? Yeah.
This guy should be Jesus, not Jesus.
I know. I'm just like, I love this guy.
Right?
Okay.
He sounds pretty cool.
Listen
like,
to
why?
this.
Why have I never heard of this guy?
I know, right? Listen to this. This is amazing. I told you. This is just so cool. Okay. In the 1970s, not BC. Like, I was born in 1975.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
In the 1970s, the last Shah of Iran, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, identified Cyrus's famous proclamation as the oldest known declaration of human rights.
Wow.
And it has since been popularized as such.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I was like, holy
so this guy
shit.
essentially invented human rights.
I mean, he didn't invent it, but he lived by it.
Yeah.
He felt they were very important.
Right.
But
I mean, you could put him down as a father, quote unquote, of human rights.
Yeah.
Because,
well, that's why his people refer to him as father or liberator or, just...
Because I sure as fuck wouldn't put down any of the Israelite kings down as human rights advocates.
But I've never heard of this guy, and to think that he is even today not just remembered, but like actually revered and celebrated.
Right.
That shook me.
No, I think so I really, you know this about me, but I really appreciate history and love history.
Mm-hmm.
But it always just amazes me. Like, there is no end to the amount of wonder and amazing things you can find out about this world that we live in and the history of it. Like, I mean, I get very excited about history.
Well, so do I. I mean, you hear me, like, I'm losing my voice over here. Like, just wait, it gets better.
Right. No, it's because I relate everything that happens in history to things that are going on now. Because generally speaking, it seems thousands of years ago, but it is still relevant. Things are still relevant.
Happening. And that's what I really appreciated about Cyrus, King of Persia, is that he's from 300 and some odd BCE, and yet he's here today.
Right.
You know what I mean? His name is here today.
Honestly, anybody that has grown up with religion, Christianity, let's say, since we're reading the Bible, right, should be able to grasp the concept of somebody from thousands of years ago still affecting history today.
Right.
Because it's right there. You're doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, not you now, the you then.
Yes.
Or the whatever,
Yes.
But it's something that affects us still today. And, we talk about this with our child all the time about how, in American history, this is a very new country, right?
Well, that's why from my very earliest days, why I always was so disinterested in American history, because I'm like, who fucking cares? You've been here a minute.
Right. But you can take American history, like, we've been here a minute. And in that minute, it seems like when you're learning about it in school that it's forever ago.
Yes.
Eons.
Yes.
Whatever. Forever. Why would I care, right?
Exactly.
But the truth is that you can trace it back through generations that are not that far removed from where you're at.
They're not. That was the most exciting discovery for me, is how, like, I knew that they were only here for a minute, but it still felt forever ago at the same time.
Right.
And to reconcile those two facts and realize that basically it's like a great-great-grandparent ago.
Yeah, I love to tell people, think of history in a generational aspect, not in a years aspect, right?
Yes.
Don't think about it as 250 years. Think about it as 4 to 5 generations.
And
right? I mean,
I have to put that in, like, to think 4 or 5 generations, I literally have to say, yeah, that's a great-great-grandparent ago. That's a great-great-great-grandparent ago.
Right.
Like, to make it personal, like, okay, so that would be my dad's mom, Nanny, and Nanny's mom, and then I don't know her and whoever her mom was. Like, to think that far back.
But yeah, just, I mean, even if you don't know who those further backs are, imagine your lineage back using the people that you do know.
Right.
Imagine it back another, set of 2 or 3 generations.
Right. I mean,
and imagine where that was.
To think Nanny's great-grandma. Like,
right.
Holy shit. That's not that far away, guys.
Right. It's not. So, I don't know. It just, that's why history amazes me and means something to me, and also why I think it's very important to understand a lot and as much as I can about history. So,
well, I'm grateful for having you come into my life, because I started to have an appreciation for politics and history, but your enthusiasm really helped me understand that and allowed me the space to learn and to ask questions and not feel stupid.
Right.
Because, I mean, you're supposed to know all this shit, You're
yeah.
just supposed to know it. And if you didn't...
In my experience, most people don't know how history relates to current day politics.
Right, but if you ask a question, you're stupid. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
no, I understand what you're saying.
You don't have a 5th grade education, if you ask questions.
Well, and I have a pretty good working knowledge of general history, even world and U.S., more or less. But even with my general good knowledge of history, there are people that would make me feel like I'm a stupid fucking idiot.
Yeah, so. I'm not trying to, tout you out as being the smartest guy. I just meant like...
Sometimes I say something and someone's like, that's not actually what happened. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I'm like, well, I was wrong. All right.
No,
I appreciate learning, but you feel dumb. You do feel dumb.
You feel dumb.
So.
Yeah. So, this was just such an exciting episode for me.
Yeah, it was great information. I loved it.
You see why I couldn't just do this as
the
wrap up.
Right.
This had to be its own Q&A.
No, I agree.
I'm so glad you agree.
So that is that's our Q&A for today.
That's our Q&A
for our Not Saturday.
Right.
And we'll be back to. I don't know that we have this exactly hashed out entirely yet.
Doing this today really threw me off.
Yeah, because we did have plans on doing... I'm not even going to say what we were planning on doing. Let's just say that tomorrow will be something.
We'll probably be doing a Chronicles wrap-up.
Okay.
Is
all right.
my guess.
Wrap up. All right.
Yeah.
That sounds right-ish. So
yeah, and at some point there's a contradictions episode coming.
Yeah, and we'll probably have a book club coming at some point.
We've got a couple book clubs, I think.
Maybe. A couple of book clubs.
Yeah, I might have just fucked us up.
That's what I was saying. I don't want to jump too far ahead.
Yeah,
because we kind of screwed up our schedule.
But we have at least one book club, and I don't know if we've got room still for our 500th episode celebration. But we'll see.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But regardless, we are either at or near our 500th episode.
I think we're over it.
We're over it somewhere, but we've done so many Patreon episodes and things like that we're like, we're in that 500th range somewhere.
Yeah.
So whatever, we're just gonna throw a 500th episode in somewhere here.
I don't know if it's our regular episode 500th, but we've definitely done more than 500 overall episodes.
The last time we did a special how many episode we did?
It was
our 50th episode.
I know.
And it seems like it was just yesterday.
And now we're at 500.
Jesus. It's
right?
Crazy.
Right?
All right. We've rambled on enough.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Hey, wife. I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe, leave an Apple review, join us on Twitter, support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Acast powers the world's best podcasts. Here's a show that we recommend.
Hi, I'm Anna Faris, and I have this podcast fittingly titled Anna Faris is Unqualified, where each week a different celebrity and I attempt to give relationship and dating advice. Recent co-hosts have included Matthew McConaughey.
You got somebody you care about, you lost track of them. Go find out.
Margaret Cho.
Vacation sex is always irresistible.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
I could make it all about them and not have to focus on my own problems.
And Seth Rogen. So if you're wondering what your favorite celebrity or I would do in your situation, just listen and subscribe to Anna Faris is Unqualified. Free on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Acast helps creators launch, grow, and monetize their podcasts everywhere. Acast.com.